In this exploration of Sam Vaknin's concept of nothingness, we delve into a thought-provoking perspective on the human experience and the search for meaning. Vaknin presents nothingness as a potential solution to the shortcomings of psychotic and narcissistic narratives that have shaped societies throughout history. He challenges conventional notions of identity, boundaries, and societal constructs, urging individuals to embrace a state of being that is separate from external influences. As we navigate through Vaknin's reflections, we uncover the essence of nothingness and its implications for personal fulfillment and the pursuit of genuine selfhood. By understanding this concept, we may gain insights into a path that transcends material pursuits and societal pressures, leading us to a deeper sense of purpose and inner peace. Sam Vaknin explores the concept of nothingness as a solution for the strong. He suggests that only a select few individuals who are exceptionally strong, resilient, and enlightened can truly accept and embrace nothingness. According to Jewish mysticism, there are believed to be only 36 such individuals in the world. Vaknin emphasizes the importance of understanding healthy psychological boundaries, which define the separation between oneself and the world. This concept is more significant than wealth, fame, or social status. He encourages individuals to be true to themselves and become nothing socialists, wherein they find fulfillment and wholeness as individuals. He highlights the failure of various ideologies and narratives, including practiced faiths, communism, Nazism, capitalism, liberal democracy, and even science. Vaknin argues that science, despite its worship of reason, ultimately fails to provide answers to our mortality and the inevitability of death. He proposes 3 ways of coping with existence: psychosis, narcissism, and what he believes Jordan Peterson incorrectly labels as nihilism, which Vaknin refers to as nothingness. Psychosis, according to Vaknin, involves creating internal objects and mistaking them for external realities. This includes inventing higher powers, fighting for nations, and defending beliefs and values. Vaknin contends that these constructs are mere inventions, devoid of inherent existence. He challenges the notion that a higher power, nation-states, flags, beliefs, and values are objectively real, asserting that they are subjective and culturally constructed. Vaknin concludes that the majority of humanity adheres to the psychosis solution, while he posits that embracing nothingness could provide an alternative path for the strong and enlightened individuals who can accept its significance. Sam Vaknin discusses the second solution to coping with existence, which he identifies as narcissism. In contrast to psychosis, where individuals merge themselves with something greater, narcissism asserts that the source of meaning lies within oneself. Psychosis involves conflating one's inner world and psychodynamics with an external entity, such as a higher power or the nation-state, to gain significance and purpose. It is a codependent solution that relies on merging and assimilating with something larger than oneself. On the other hand, narcissists believe that they are the source of meaning and significance. They adopt a Cartesian approach, asserting their existence through their thoughts. I think, therefore I am. As the only certainty in the universe, narcissists consider themselves to be the center of meaning and significance. They do not project or externalize a separate entity like a higher power, but rather become their own higher power. Narcissism is seen as a private faith, where individuals merge with their own false selves and consider themselves the ultimate source of meaning. Vaknin acknowledges that he has explored narcissism in other videos, suggesting that this second solution represents a distinct way of approaching and understanding the concept. Sam Vaknin describes the third solution to coping with existence as nothingness, which is only for the strong-minded and not the faint-hearted. Embracing nothingness means accepting that the universe and the world are meaningless and insignificant. There is no inherent goal, plan, cause, or effect. To accept one's nothingness within nothingness requires immense strength and resilience. Vaknin clarifies that nothingness is not about suppressing the ego, as narcissists lack an ego. Instead, it involves suppressing both oneself and the world. Nothingness is an anti-existential state that is closer to concepts like nirvana in Eastern mysticism. It is a process of disappearing and not reappearing in any other form. Vaknin emphasizes that nothingness is not about destruction, nihilism, or anarchism. It is not about being a nobody or justifying laziness. Instead, it revolves around recognizing healthy psychological boundaries, realizing where the self ends and the world begins. Boundaries involve ceasing to exist and acknowledging one's limited and finite nature. Healthy boundaries are linked to nothingness or the state of not being. Vaknin believes that only a small number of individuals, possibly 36 according to Jewish mysticism, can truly accept and embrace nothingness. It is an incredibly challenging concept that requires a high level of strength, resilience, and enlightenment. Sam Vaknin explores different narratives of identity and their shortcomings. In the psychotic solution, the identity is diffused and destroyed. In the narcissistic solution, the identity becomes false and infinite. However, in the narrative of nothingness, the identity is suspended and distinct from the world. Vaknin emphasizes the importance of boundaries that define where one ends and the world begins. He suggests that a suspended identity, like a globule of tranquility, is the closest one can get to true enlightenment, similar to nirvana. This narrative is not about eliminating or destroying the ego, as often interpreted in Indian mystical traditions. Instead, it focuses on crystallizing a well-defined boundary identity that is divorced from the world while respecting and empathizing with other objects. Vaknin critiques the psychotic narrative, exemplified by defending and sacrificing for internal objects turned external, such as the nation-state or a higher power. He also highlights the narcissistic phase, where the self becomes inflated and more important than collectives or family. He argues that both psychotic and narcissistic narratives have failed, including practiced faiths, communism, Nazism, capitalism, liberal democracy, and even science. According to Vaknin, science itself can be seen as a psychotic narrative, as it worships reason and goes through paradigm shifts that do not fundamentally change its essence. He suggests that the elites who propagated these narratives have betrayed society. Sam Vaknin discusses the shift from a narcissistic narrative to a potential narrative of nothingness. He observes that society is becoming more self-centered and narcissistic, aided by technological advancements like social media. However, Vaknin clarifies that nothingness is not about becoming a nobody or relinquishing personal life. Nothingness entails giving up pretensions, ambition, and the pursuit of other people's values. It involves rejecting narcissism, grandiosity, and constant comparison with others. In the social context, nothingness is asserting oneself as an individual and separating from societal biases and prejudices. It is about becoming one's authentic self, free from external influences and conformities. Vaknin emphasizes the importance of creating supportive social networks based on love, empathy, involvement, and kindness. He suggests that finding meaning and structuring one's life are more significant than wealth, fame, or social position. The focus should be on personal happiness and discovering that nothingness brings more fulfillment than the pursuit of external achievements. Vaknin clarifies that choosing nothingness does not mean abdicating responsibilities or disappearing from the world. Rather, it means prioritizing internal focus over external validation. It involves being self-contained and self-sufficient while still being open to helping others. Nothingness is not a withdrawal from the world, but rather allowing the world to withdraw from oneself. Sam Vaknin's exploration of nothingness offers a unique perspective on the human quest for meaning and self-realization. By challenging the dominant narratives of psychosis and narcissism, Vaknin invites us to contemplate a different approach to existence, one that transcends the limitations of external validation and societal constructs. Embracing nothingness is not about becoming a nobody or withdrawing from the world, but rather about finding a balance between the self and the world, recognizing healthy boundaries, and nurturing a sense of individuality. Vaknin's message reminds us that true happiness and fulfillment lie not in external achievements or social status, but in discovering our authentic selves and connecting with others on a genuine and empathetic level. By rejecting pretensions and external expectations, we can uncover a deeper sense of purpose and find tranquility in the realization that we are enough as we are. While the path to nothingness may require great strength, resilience, and enlightenment, it holds the promise of liberation from societal pressures and the freedom to live authentically. By choosing nothingness, we shift our focus from external validation to internal growth and self-sufficiency. In doing so, we create the opportunity to build supportive relationships, find meaning in our lives, and contribute to the well-being of others. Ultimately, Vaknin's exploration encourages us to question prevailing narratives and forge our own path towards self-discovery and inner peace. By embracing the concept of nothingness, we may embark on a journey of profound transformation, where we can truly be ourselves and find contentment in the simplicity of existence. In a world consumed by the pursuit of external validation and material success, there exists a profound alternative, a path towards nothingness. It is not a path of insignificance or withdrawal, but a gateway to uncovering your true self, untethered from societal pressures and the need for constant affirmation. Embracing nothingness invites you to challenge the prevailing narratives that define your worth and identity. It is an invitation to let go of the illusions of grandiosity, comparisons, and the relentless pursuit of external achievements. Instead, it beckons you to delve deep within, exploring the boundless depths of your own being. In the realm of nothingness, you release the shackles of conformity and cease to define yourself solely through the lens of others. It is a realm where pretensions crumble, allowing your authentic self to rise, unburdened by the weight of external expectations. You discover the power of healthy boundaries, understanding where you end and the world begins, enabling you to forge genuine connections with others based on empathy and mutual respect. Within nothingness, you find solace in simplicity, recognizing that the accumulation of wealth, fame, or social status does not define your true worth. Instead, your fulfillment arises from nurturing meaningful relationships, cultivating inner peace, and discovering the profound beauty of existence in its simplest form. It takes great strength and resilience to embrace nothingness. The journey requires a willingness to let go of the ego-driven desires that keep you trapped in a cycle of perpetual dissatisfaction. But in this surrender, you will find liberation, a freedom that allows you to craft your own narrative, unencumbered by the expectations and judgments of others. Embracing nothingness is not an erasure of self, but a celebration of individuality. It is about embracing your uniqueness, your quirks, your passions, and your intrinsic value. As you release the need for external validation, you unlock the door to a world where happiness is no longer dependent on fleeting achievements, but rooted in a profound sense of self-acceptance and inner harmony. So, dear listener, dare to step onto the path of nothingness. Embrace the transformative power it offers. Allow yourself to become untethered, liberated from the constraints of societal norms. Rediscover the essence of your being, and in doing so, discover a life infused with authenticity, purpose, and an enduring sense of peace. Embrace nothingness, and watch as your true self blossoms, illuminating the world with its unique radiance.